Hi, I'm Stephanie Straw with Board Game Geek, and I'm here with Isaac Shalev and Matt Loomis, co-designers of Seikatsu.
That's
Name,
right.
set, firm, pending, might be something else.
We're going to start with Seikatsu and see where it goes. Seikatsu means life in Japanese, and the game is about building a Japanese garden, and so it seemed like it made sense. But, you know, for the pronunciation, maybe we'll find something a little more sparkling.
I like Seikatsu, I think is great. Seikatsu. It's fun to
Seikatsu.
say, yeah. So why don't you show us how to play the game? What's fun about it?
Sure, I'd be glad to. Thanks for having us on. Seikatsu is a game about building a Japanese garden, and it's a really interesting game because we're going to fill out this entire garden with all these tiles, but each of us is playing from a different perspective. And what that means is I'm sitting here and I'm looking at the garden this way, looking at it as though it was made of these 7 rows going down this way, whereas Matt over here might be playing from this side, and he's looking at the garden from that angle, and Stephanie's playing from here and would be looking at the garden that way. So the perspective that you have on the garden is going to make a big difference in how you score.
I love that.
Yeah, you know, and it's such a unique thing. I don't know any other game that really uses that perspective in this way, and so we're excited that maybe we've, you know, stumbled on something that feels fresh.
Right.
You've got these tiles over here that have a bird and a flower on them. Oh, we got an overhead? Nice. So we've got a bird and a flower on every tile, and you use these tiles, you lay them down, and you can score some points by making a match. So you've got these 2 pink birds, so you're going to score points for that. If you were even more clever, you might have played over here, and you'd have been next to 3 birds. So that's really cool. But what you'll also notice is that as you're playing these tiles, you're developing rows of flowers. And so if I can stack up this row, I'm starting to get 3 yellow flowers in that row. That's going to score a bunch of points for me. But you're, of course, looking at it this way, and for you, it starts looking pretty bad. A yellow, an orange, and a purple, none of those are matching for you.
It's not good for me.
Not good for you. You really want to start getting some of your own matches and being able to score points by having larger matches. And that's really the whole kind of conceit of the game, the whole concept of the game is you score birds now based on adjacencies and rows of flowers later based on overall size. And of course, in a game like this, you always need
a wild
koi fish.
Yeah.
And of course, the koi fish starts off as a bird and gets you scoring as though it were a bird.
So this could be, I could choose, I could say this is score for 2 gray, or I could score for 2 red.
Right, or you could slide it over here, maybe pick up 3 for green. That's lovely. But then, you know, when you play it out here, it's going to give you a wild flower. And it might be a different flower for each person. And the yellow one for the guy looking down this way, but for the guy looking this way, might be a pink, an orange.
Yeah.
Right? So, and I love it because, you know, the kois in Japanese myth transform. Right? That's part of what they do. They transform. Then they transform into dragons, but we don't want dragons in our garden.
That's clever.
But yeah, so simple. It's this kind of Zen feeling game, and yet on the inside you're like, you better not put that tile in my spot. I want to get my 5th flower in there. So, you know, hopefully some of that comes out. Calm Zen on the outside, raging fury on the inside.
Yeah, I got to play it with you at Unpub, and I won. Just have to mention that. I crushed it.
Of course.
And there was
Always
a little
let the Wookiee win.
That's not what happened. I am amazing at abstract strategy. There was a little bit of that, like, oh dang, like, you know, every once in a while, everyone that was playing, we would kind of go like, oh shoot. So this board is interesting. It's kind of like fold up modular.
Yep.
We've got set for 3 players.
Yep.
Does it look like, is there more? Can you do more? Is it just a 3-player game only?
No, it can be a 2 or 3-player game in this incarnation. To play as 2 players, you would still use the same exact board. You would still play all 36 tiles out onto the entire board. You would just only use 2 of the scoring views, so you would be playing as blue, I would be playing as red, and we would still score just the same. And that would work for, as the score tracker on there.
Yeah.
What's lovely though is that this folds up.
Right.
And we've got this bag here where we're keeping our tiles, and you can actually fit those in, so you can carry this game around.
That's awesome.
Which is a neat little thing, when you think about those 2 and 3 player games that you want to be able to carry around.
It's those are usually abstract strategy games that I want to bring.
And the worst thing is all it needs is this board.
Yeah.
Well, that's not helpful. So yeah, this is a lovely fold up. We've got one other thing to show you if we've got the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wonderful.
We'll close it out. That is Seikatsu, coming out by Isaac Shalev and Matt Loomis, hopefully. Could be published soon. This is just a prototype copy, but maybe we'll see it on game shelves next year.
Sounds good. Thank you very much.